Good evening, race fans. This is Rob from the Area 51 Racing Podcast for episode 92. Tonight we have guest Ava Hansen, the driver of the numbers 26 Leger, formerly a Fork open wheel race car, and my co-host Dave. How's it going, Dave?
Not too bad. Just enjoying some of this beautiful North Carolina hurricane preseason. It's almost as bad as watching the Lions play last Thursday. It was horrible.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, we got smoke. That's what we have from Canada here. It's just smoke.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then our guest Ava Hansen. How's it going?
I'm
Ava?
great. I'm great.
That's good. So tonight, Ava, since you're last on, Dave, Bobby, and I partnered with you and your race team, your family race team, and which is exciting. That logo, our Area 51 Racing Podcast logo, looks awesome on the side of your race car. We saw you this past weekend on your social media post wearing one of our 100th episode merchandise shirts. We appreciate that. We appreciate the support. So basically, we wanted you to come on and tell us about how your weekend went at New Jersey Motorsports Park this past weekend.
So it went amazing to say the least. I mean, we showed an amazing amount of speed throughout the entire weekend. We showed up, put the car top 3, top 5, and then for the last test, we even managed to put the car on pole, which was my first time ever in an open wheel car, ever being first place in times. So that was really thrilling for not only me, but my whole team. And for qualifying, we got our best placement ever in any sort of timed session, or besides the first place we got in an actual session. So we qualified P4. And then for the races, we kind of struggled with setup, but we managed and we got P6 and P8.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
So what I saw some of your videos and footage and stuff, and I actually did watch the first race. Your races are streamed live on YouTube on the Speed Tour TV YouTube, I should say YouTube page, and then you can go back and actually sort of like our podcast, you can go back and watch them many times. So on Saturday night when I was laying in bed, I watched your first race, and you did a really good job. You talk about your start in that first race.
So my start, I think it was one of my best starts ever this season. I managed to rocket from P4 all the way to P2, but unfortunately we were held up in turn 1 and we had about 2 or 3 cars go around the outside of me and the other car. But I mean, we just managed through it and we got P6 that race. But it was a phenomenal start. I launched off the little pit start box kind of thing, and we flew out of the box.
So you guys started on a grid like Formula One.
Exactly. Yep. Lights out and everything.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Since I've met you, I've learned a little bit about it. Watching Formula One. And I don't understand the difference between why they can't say pit and they have to say box. That
because it's shaped like a box. As we go into a little box, a little pit stall box.
like you said, pit. It's a pit stall box.
Me and my dad say pit, or actually no, we say box. I'm like, box this lap, and he goes box. I don't know.
But yeah, just I'm learning the lingo and trying to expand my racing horizons.
Yeah, Ava and I actually were talking about that before we went live. Because I watched that start, and she was started P4 on the grid, and she had a really good launch and passed the cars in front of her. And then I'm like, well, is this like NASCAR where you got to stay in your starting position until you start the start finish line? And I'm thinking to myself, I watch Formula One on occasion, but I don't, like you, Dave, I don't know much about it. And so she said, no, actually, you can, as soon as you get the green, it's game time, you can go. So you don't have to stay in line. Only like, what did you say? If it's a single file restart.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And then why don't you tell us about your steering wheel? What you were explaining, how you know when it's green and what all is on your steering wheel to let you know when the race is starting. I thought that was the technology is crazy.
So we actually on our steering wheels, we don't have like a little thing to tell us when to go. We actually have quite the opposite. We have it tell us when it's like a full course caution. So we have two little lights on the top of our steering wheel that'll blink like flash yellow at us. That means it's something happened on track and we all have to come back into a single file line. That's really helpful. But for starts, we have a little electronic board right under the flag stand that will show up with two little green lights, and that means the grid is set, get ready. And so while we're sitting there, we have like our foot on the clutch and we're getting ready. And then the first light, red light, will come up, and then all the way up to when it's full. And obviously, it's like Formula One when all the lights go out, then we take off, and that's pretty cool. So it's like a little replica of F1. But yeah, the technology on our steering wheels are insane.
Now, is that something that you as a driver, because I see the like arcades and reaction time, like NHRA, where I think it was Max Verstappen was playing a game on his phone,
Mhm.
just reaction times. When he went, obviously he was probably just playing around, but now is that something that you can work on as your craft as far as all right, clutch gas, and then be able to hit it when it goes and get that launch.
Yeah, so I know exactly what app you're talking about. I always mess around with that and just see how fast my reaction time is. But I mean, my reaction time just kind of came to me throughout my years in motorsports. I mean, karting, you have to have quick reaction time to swerve around crashes and stuff. But in yeah, so my reaction time comes with time. And then what was the second part of it? I literally forgot.
Oh, just working on like your clutch and
Oh yeah, right.
your throttle response, because obviously you're not dumping the clutch,
Oh, I
for
am.
start off. Oh, you are?
Mhm,
The
we all are. We are full on the gas and the engine's screaming at us and we just dump the clutch. Some drivers, I mean, if you're newer, we kind of slow, like we still dump it, but some people like ease off and let the car roll a little bit before the lights out and then they dump it. But yeah, just full gas and dump the clutch.
so you guys have that much grip,
Mhm.
just at a standstill, to not just burn the tires right off of it.
Yeah, at Mid-Ohio, when we were struggling with tire pressures and the heat was wild, my dad's like, I saw you take off and I just saw you like stick to the track and then go. And that's why I had kind of a bad start at Mid-Ohio. But he's like, yeah, I just saw you were just like stuck to the track. And I was like, it's probably because it's really hot out.
Right. Because you want a little bit of spin, but
Mhm.
not an uncontrolled amount,
Right.
if I'm right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So on your car, I can't remember when you were on last, if we asked you and your dad, are you able for an adjustment like after you go through tech, you're able to adjust on the car or no? Okay.
Yeah, there's a
So
few things that we're not allowed to change on the car because it's sealed and whatnot, but we're allowed to change like the downforce on the rear wing, tire pressure, all that stuff is changeable.
okay, so you can adjust the wings angles and that type of stuff for downforce and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, we changed it a lot at Road America and NOLA actually when we were playing around with it. Like, do we want more infield speed or do we want more straightaway speed? Like, I struggle in the infield, but I really need the straightaway speed. So it's just kind of something you're allowed to play around with. Like, if you want the wing all the way down, it gives you more grip. All the way up, it makes the car really loose, but gives you a lot of straightaway speed.
Now, how do you prefer your car? Do you
Wing
want it a
all the way
little,
down.
so you like traction?
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't like too much traction. I like to be able to rotate the car in the corners, but I'm not a big fan of loose cars. I just feel like I I always get the rear really loose and I don't really like to race like that.
But loose is fast and out of control.
Some drivers in our field love it. I'm like, I don't know. I need to get another season in this car before I'm able to control the looseness of it.
Well, and you had, talked about your karting days, in the back,
Mhm.
within, usually a year or so, you get that feel. And I used to race karts, back in the day too. But you develop almost a sixth sense in your tailbone,
Mhm.
when when the car pivots. And it's something I try to explain to people. I'm like, when you're in the car, you use your tail end to kind of steer the car.
Rotate it. Yep.
Yeah, I said I always liked my car a little loose because I could feel it in my tail, and I knew if I had to slow down a little hair or if I had a little bit more to go.
Yeah. In car or this past weekend, I actually had my dad set the car a little bit looser in the rear because I was able to rotate the car really good. Like I had a really good feel for it. And I don't know why, but it's just this track. Like even last year, I was like pretty quick here, and I loved the rotation of the car, so I had him set it a little bit looser. But yeah, a lot of people don't understand that racing, like you can literally feel the car or the cart or car, anything. Like you can feel it and you just develop that.
Well, it's the shift of the weight from
Hmm.
one part of the car with the G forces and everything, and it rotating
Yeah.
and stuff. So one of the things I was going to ask you about is I guess it's your mascot, Zuzu. I saw
Yep.
that the pit road reporter for the series stopped by while you were on the grid before the race, or I should say, you're lining up to go on the grid before your first race, and he was asking you about Zuzu. So tell us about Zuzu.
So Zuzu has a lot of backstory behind him. He was actually, my dad drilled two little holes in the back of my seat and he zip tied this little stuffed animal. He's about like yay big, zip tied him to the back of my go-kart. And this is in like cadet days, so when I was little and this was allowed. But zip tied the thing to the back of my seat and it just went with me everywhere, all around the United States. I mean, he's my mascot. So when I was really little, when I first started karting at like around 4 years old, I actually had a pink little one of him, and that was also zip tied to the back of my cart. But obviously, when I wasn't allowed to have anything on the back of my cart anymore, I just stuck with the Mohawk. But I had the Mohawk since day one, so the Mohawk ended up being my little way of being different in karting.
All
They're
right,
just not, you're not able to have the Mohawk now, though, I'm assuming.
Unfortunately, not, no.
That
So
would probably give you an
that's why I
aero
picked the
advantage.
Yep, that's why I picked the livery of the car. Like I'm like I want to stand out the most I can. The most I can. So let's do the brightest chrome color, paint drip, absolutely abnormal. Let's just stand out as much as we can.
I
now
mean,
are
you can
you
definitely see it on track.
For sure.
now since you're not I'm sorry about my ignorance, but since you guys aren't you're open wheeled, is your car sprayed or is it a wrap that
It's
you guys have on a car?
it's like a vinyl wrap.
Okay.
Hmm. So I took some with the extra vinyl that we had in my like the mermaid kind of chrome, the extra vinyl. I just wrapped my helmet with it. Took 3 hours before New Jersey and wrapped my helmet. I'm like, oh well, might as well just do it. We have extra.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now is dad able to fix that every once in a while if it gets a scuff?
We have like a little protection film over it. So if it has like a rubber mark or anything on it, we literally just take a cloth and use like some next gen product and just scrub it right off and it comes off like nothing. And then it looks brand new. So, but if we tear up a wing or something, then we have to kind of get a brand new wing and then rewrap it. But that's my dad's job. He's the vinyl guy. So,
No, that stuff's nerve-wracking to say the least. I
mm,
I don't have the patience or the steady hands to be
nope,
able
you
to
need
do
a
it.
heat gun and then the little credit card thing and just
Yep.
like you're not putting the sticker on right. There's a specific way to put on a sticker. I didn't know
Yeah,
that, but
that was my job when I was part of the race team. I did the body stuff on the car, basically the stickers and everything. And his car was just black from 5 Star, the body that came. So it was just the vinyl that he had cut into the numbers and stuff that we had to put on the car. And then actually, it was set up with the vinyl that if you sprayed water and like Dawn dish soap on it, you could put it on the car and you could put it wherever you needed it, and then you wipe the air bubbles out and it would dry and stick. It was didn't make any sense to me, but it made it a lot easier to put the decals on the car, and get them where you want it instead of having to do the tear it up and put it back down and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Did that for my car.
yeah, that would drive me crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
How's that experience going for you, Ava? Since we talked to you last, you had just gotten something, and mom and dad were getting you ready for a car.
Oh, my actual street car?
Yep.
We haven't wrapped it yet. It's really expensive to wrap, but it's still red right now. But I really want to wrap it like a nice matte black with some mermaid chrome, like the one on my car, like the blue, pink, purple. But we gotta save up for that. It's really expensive.
Just remember, if you go with a matte finish, you can't take it through the car wash.
I know. It's the sacrifice you have to make to look cool.
Well, I completely understand it.
But
So where are you headed anywhere this weekend, or got anything coming up soon?
So we haven't made this announcement yet, but this weekend we're testing at my home track up north in Dousman, Wisconsin, and we're testing a shifter cart. So I've never run a shifter cart in my life. The highest I've gotten was like 206 junior and K100 junior. But a team kind of reached out to me like, hey, we do this occasionally here and there. We'd like you to run the doubleheader in our shifter cart. I was like, okay. But yeah, that's where we're heading from Friday to Sunday. We're testing and then racing, and hopefully I can, kind of get back in the karting headspace.
I've only ran shifter twice. I actually got my shifter license for car control and stuff like that, and terrifying. Terrifying. I've never ever wanted to go 100 miles an hour, an inch and a half above the ground ever since.
If you miss a corner, just pull a gear. You're good.
Yeah, but dad yells at you when you downshift from almost 10,000 RPMs on a motorcycle engine to they're only supposed to wind so high, and then you end up just spinning cautiously through the infield. Yeah. But good thing was I was at South Bend Regional Airport when that happened, so there was no obstructions around me at all.
Just grass and sand and dirt and
No,
everything.
nope, just tarmac.
Really?
And,
Oh,
and tarmac cones and a little hay bales around the corner to kind
Oh.
of show you apex and kind of where
Oh,
the track
nice.
limits were. But that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, we got some fencing, barriers, and pillows is what we have all around our track. It's a really nice track. I mean, they just repaved it not that long ago, so
Okay.
I love that track so much.
Yep. And that's the first time I'd ever hit artificial banking. They had put banking around one of the corners, and it was only about, it felt like 45 degrees, but it was about 10 degrees. And that was my first time ever encountering banking in something that had no suspension
Right.
whatsoever. And it
It's so
terrified me.
weird. Yep,
Terrified me.
especially going that fast.
Yeah. You're like, it's not gonna work. It's not. Holy shit, it worked. All right,
I'm
let's go a
tipping
little.
out of the seat.
Yeah, let's go a little faster next time. Let's see how we can do it.
Right.
Done it.
Yeah, I've only been on like camber and banking one time in karting, and that was in Jacksonville, Florida for CKNA. So it was scary, but it was so fun, especially like when you're in a group of 4 people and you're a freight train and you're going around it and you're being pushed and drafting. It's like, oh my gosh, please don't tip, please don't tip. But
Now,
it's like literally
when
like
you were
that.
in karting, did you ever go to Michiana Raceway Park?
Never.
Okay,
No.
but or Gingerman?
It sounds really familiar. I think we have, maybe, I'm not sure.
Well, Gingerman is, I want to say it's either in Wisconsin or like northern Illinois. It's where Danica Patrick actually began to race karts.
Okay.
And I
That's
got to
Northern Illinois.
in northern Illinois. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm almost certain of it. Yeah.
yep, I got to run that track once purely on accident. Happened to be just in town doing something, and they were like, "Hey, we got rental carts." Okay, cool. Yeah,
Give me in
give me,
one.
give me a helmet. Give me a, it was primitive. They're like, "Do you want to wear gloves?" I'm like, "I would prefer to wear gloves, yes,
For sure.
and and a neck restraint if you have one laying around." Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, the reason why I know what track it was, where it's located, is the actual crew chief that we had for the team I was on, the race at Rockford. His daughter was friends with Danica Patrick and raced her and her sister raced go-karts against her
yeah. It was
or
it
Oh,
was
carts.
wow.
it was
Yeah,
Jim. If I want to bet money on it, it's Ginger something.
yeah,
Um,
it's not far from where Rockford Speedway was. I can't remember it, if it's Roscoe, Illinois, or it's somewhere in that area. I, I know what track you're talking about though, but
because
yeah,
they had like a couple of her like early carts and stuff hanging up on the wall, and kind of some memorabilia. Kind of like I was asking about the Michiana Raceway Park over in South Bend, Indiana, because they had some Ryan Newman and David Stremme carts there from when they first started.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds really familiar, but my dad would know.
Right. Yeah, it would be. I don't want to say super close to you, but definitely closer than New Jersey. It
Yeah,
was.
for sure.
It, you could almost see the track off of what was it, the 80/90, right when you're going through South Bend, Indiana, and that's what I was asking. I'm like, all right, well, she's been around the lake. There's a pretty good chance that if she raced there, that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
But they have a natural banking at that track, and
Okay.
that was for I never got to go around that banking because I wasn't in a fast enough cart. Um, but that was my first encounter with wildlife on the track. That's different. They didn't have fencing like in the on the back stretch, and all of a sudden Bambi's watching from the grass, and we're like, yeah, and at that time we had no headsets, anything like that. So we all just kind of, the guy in front kind of waved his hands and we knew to go to the pits. We weren't gonna run, 50 miles an hour anymore with a deer on the track.
Yep,
Yep.
exactly.
I believe that's happened several years ago when the IndyCar race was at Road America on one of the back parts of the track by the kink or whatever it was. A deer ran across and one of the cars hit a deer.
That is terrifying TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I haven't had any wildlife experience yet, knock on wood, but my dad has. I think he either did or almost hit a turkey at Road America in the carousel when he was racing motorcycles.
Oh
So
my
I'm
gosh.
like, I'm good. So now every time I go around the carousel in Road America, I'm like, please, turkeys, stay away.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
you
so
wouldn't think
so
something that small would do that much damage, but
Oh yeah, when it
oh
gets up
yeah,
in the air, it's game over.
yeah,
yeah, I can only imagine hitting a turkey on any sort of motorcycle. That
Yep.
that's devastating. That is a mess.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't know dad like into sport bikes and stuff like that, or
Yeah, when he was a little bit younger, he raced motorcycles and he once he stopped and I think when he stopped, he got my brother into snowmobiles and then
okay.
when I was born, he brought me to a go-kart track and was like, "You want to try this?" I was like, "Sure." So then I started in go-karts. So racing kind of runs in the family a little bit. But yeah, we're kind of motorsport geeks.
See, that's something down here that I do miss. Down here, if you have a snowboard, you run on water. I know, back home we would have like lake drags in the summertime, just so you could use you were paying on a snowmobile and you wanted to use it during the summer. So we had a couple of little ponds out by us, and they would skip them across. I never had the kahunas to try it, and it was horribly expensive if you had a problem. But
Mhm.
but yeah, that's down here in North Carolina. We don't have, I was just up in Michigan, what, 2 weeks ago now, and wanted to show Stacy, my girlfriend, a snowblower for the first time. And my dad's like, "Oh, I already got it locked up in the shed, and bring the lawnmower out, put the snowblower away." But it just baffled me that, she had never seen a snowblower before. And I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, I guess if you've lived in the South, from North Carolina to Florida, you'd probably never seen one before.
Right, yeah. Yeah, when I first started too, I did snowmobiling, ATVing, and go-karting. So I got a little bit of the snow, a little bit of the dirt, and a little bit of the asphalt, and I ultimately chose asphalt. But yeah, the snowmobiling was pretty fun. I only did it for like a year or two, but it was so fun. I loved it so much.
I'm just not a fan of the cold.
Yeah, no, neither am I actually, but
Me
you're
neither.
like covered up with like 1,000 layers. You get so hot. It's like, is it like 10 degrees out? Because it feels like it's like 70.
The visor starts to smoke up.
Yep. I had a mohawk on my snowmobile helmet too. Now I'm thinking about it. I had a bright orange mohawk on it. Man, I had to stand out every way I could.
Right?
hmm
So when you raced ATVs and stuff, where did you race those at? Was that around here or up north?
Yeah, the ATVs, I cannot think of the name of the fairgrounds that we raced it at, but we raced it at some fairgrounds nearby. But it was a really fun course. I raced that when I was about 4 or 5 years old too. Those were really fun. Snowmobiles, we raced around here. I can't think of the track either. I started snowmobiles at 3. But yeah, I can't think of the tracks. I know the ATVs was at some sort of fairgrounds. That's all I can remember.
Was it called Gravity Park?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, because that's up towards
She was
like
4,
Green
Rob.
Bay area.
I can't remember what I did at 4 either. But
Yeah,
I surely
me
wasn't
either.
riding quads. I guarantee you that.
I can't even
Yeah.
remember what I did yesterday, so.
Oh, we're not gonna go into that with Rob.
I,
As far as testing memory here.
uh, what what are we doing here?
Right.
Right,
I
right.
forgot.
Why am I, what?
Who are you people?
I'm talking into a
I mean,
camera, for
I am.
God's
I
sake.
mean, I am still recovering from my concussion. So,
Right,
um,
right.
but yeah. So, what? I guess Ava, what do you got coming up on your schedule? What's next? Other than you were going to do some kart racing, what about your Leger Formula 4 car, junior Formula 4 car?
So in about a month and 10 days or so, we're going to be in Virginia at VIR. So we have a long intermission before we get back in the F4 car. But besides that, it's just work, school, and work. Work, school, and work. That's pretty much it.
Are you doing online school or are you actually going to school?
Yeah, I'm in public school. So my public school starts right at the beginning of September. So as soon as we get into school, I'm already leaving for like a week. But my principals and stuff, they're super lenient. They're like, if your grades start to slip though, then we have an issue. But yeah, I do go to public school. It sometimes is an issue, but I've been missing school since I was 4 years old, so I kind of got the hang of it and learn how to procrastinate or not procrastinate, do the opposite of procrastinate. I learned how to multitask.
I was going to say procrastinating and would make things worse, I would think, but we
Yeah.
knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Do what I do is I miss the complete year, and then I show up for the exam. And then I'm done.
And then I pass the exam and it's like, see, you don't need to actually go.
Right.
There are people that I went to college with that did that. It's like, how does that? How do you do that?
Yeah, I'm
They
not a
just show
big
up for
studier,
exams, and it
but
was like, just read the book. I'm like, okay,
yeah, no, I'm
but
not a big studier, but I would not trust myself that much to not do anything of the sorts in class. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's got to be challenging to try to stay focused on your education and at the same time trying to stay dialed in and focused on your motorsports career and your schedule and everything. And yeah,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine at your age trying to balance the life, the lifestyle and stuff that you and your family are doing right now. It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Now, when you say you work, what can we remember you doing, 5, 10 years from now when we're talking to you?
So, like my job right now, like what do I
Yep.
do at my job right now? So it's nothing to do with motorsports. Take a wild guess at what I do.
I'm going with ice cream.
What about any other guesses?
Uh, do you work at your dad's business?
You guys are both right. So I work as a barista and my like job is like making coffee, but we also have an ice cream little stand or like a big bunch of coolers in there. So I scoop ice cream and then I'm a chef and then the retail person all in because we all have like a shop is kind of all inclusive. And then on the side, I help my dad at his shop too. So I do, you guys are both right.
Wow, I thought I was going completely left field with
Nope.
ice cream.
Nope, I do coffee, refreshers, ice cream, and paninis, and then anything that people want in retail. So
Now, can you do the fancy little things?
the little flat white top, cappuccino, little
Oh
flower.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've I'm not gonna say I'm a fancy boy, but I've always wanted to go to a coffee shop where they hand me one with, the little flower or the
Fill
leaf
it
in
up to
it.
the really very, very top rim, and
Yeah,
it's like shaking all over. Yep, we do
yep,
that.
I want that. Uh,
Yep.
Dave, I will fulfill that dream of yours when we're down in Charlotte. I
okay.
will find a fancy coffee shop because I love coffee, and I will make sure that you get your fancy coffee dream fulfilled.
Because I don't know if anybody else is this way, but I can drink coffee right before bed, and like when we stop the show, usually I'll go up and make myself a cup of coffee just because it's warm and relaxing,
Mm.
and it doesn't affect me at all. Like people are like, I don't understand how you could just down a Mountain Dew and then go crash or take a nap. I'm like, or like
Okay.
at work. Like at work, people are like, "Oh, you drink Celsius?" I'm like,
Love Celsius.
right. Just completely off topic. The retro blast that tastes like
Mhm.
rainbow sherbet.
The slushy. Yep. Yep.
Oh, that is my drink. Um,
That's your favorite one?
yeah, I tried the blue ice today and
Oh.
like raspberry, and I'm like, yeah, no. Yep. So tomorrow I'll get my sherbet again.
Oh, I like the Playa vibe, the pina colada flavored one. That one's my favorite. So good.
Can't do pineapple.
What? I
It's
like
it,
the
especially
paradise tasting stuff.
well, yeah, if it's a foo drink, I can handle that, and like I like my pineapple,
Mm-hmm.
but you also got to understand that I work in a 110-degree shop
True,
all day,
true.
so when it gets hot, the pineapple flavor, you know, loses its luster and turns into just acidic acid.
Yeah. I drink it at the races all the time. I get like 5 cans and each morning I just drink one, and then I'm awake.
Right? Oh gosh. If you
Yeah,
haven't met if you haven't met Diamond, this is my little lap dog.
So cute. My cat was trying to get over here earlier, shaking the whole table.
Right? Come on, Di. Nope, she's 80 to 90 pound, uh, lap dog. So she's gosh. All right, she's big.
mine's down here snoring. If you can't hear him,
Yes, Sonny had a long day.
yeah, he's had a long day.
Yeah.
Well, he's got to rest up because we're going to Arizona on Friday, so he's coming with us. So
Oh, awesome.
This is my
it'll
cat.
be his first time in an airplane. So we'll see we'll see how that goes.
Hey, this is my cat.
Oh,
Her name is
Cool.
Raja. She's a
what's her
Maine
name?
Coon. Yeah, Raja. She's a Maine Coon mix. So
Okay.
she was trying to
So
get over here earlier.
I was just gonna say, sort of looks like a Maine Coon because my son and his girlfriend have a purebred Maine Coon,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a kitten. It is okay. I call it a bobcat because it when it stands up, its paws are like on my chest,
Mm-hmm.
on his back legs. I'm like, this cat is his name's Stanley. He's really cute and very nice and friendly, but he's a little shyster. He likes to like destroy everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Well, if you were a cat and 5 foot tall, you would get
yeah,
away with stuff. Who's gonna
Yep.
say no?
yeah,
Like she's pretty big. She's not that big, but like she's about that big.
yeah.
Super
No,
cute.
yeah, theirs is bigger than my dog Sonny, who's 19.2 pounds, I think it was the other day at the vet. Yeah, he's like probably 35. I mean, he's huge. I mean, he's got paws like a mountain lion or like a black lab or something already. I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, my Great Dane just got to like 100 pounds, so
Oh my
he's
God.
8, but he's a big boy.
Right. Now, how's the foundation going?
Good, good. Yeah, they're still looking for people to foster, but they have such cute dogs. I mean, I repost it to my story all the time, but their
Hmm.
Great Danes and all their other dogs, they're just so adorable.
Those are some of my favorite posts.
Mhm.
I'm a dog and cat lover. I always tell people that, when a dog or a cat finds me, they found the golden ticket, and
Right.
they are not treated like, dogs and cats, let alone be called dogs and cats. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
How is your other is it alopecia project? Is the other, if I remember
Children's
right?
Alopecia Project.
Yeah.
Yep, they're going good too. They're going good too. They had a podcast with a guest speaker too not that long ago. I try to repost about that as well. But yeah, they're going
Yeah.
pretty well. They're going pretty good as well.
Now, have you reached out to like Samantha Bush?
I
Um,
have not, no.
all right, because she does suffer from alopecia as well, and she has her podcast on all the time. But
Okay.
she has the same kind of effort you do as far as, she talks about, because she suffers with it, wigs and, donations and this, that, and the other. Um, that's a good contact for you if you could ever reach out. I mean, that definitely bring a big name to the group.
For sure. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
know
I
who I'm
think it,
talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. I,
yeah.
sometimes because Kylie doesn't follow NASCAR like almost at all. Like we ask her who her favorite driver is, and she's kind of like, oh, light it out, and so I kind of have to. I don't want to say dumb things down, but I
No, yeah. I get
it
it.
it just it doesn't click. And in my head, you know, everybody watches NASCAR. And
Yeah.
I got to remind myself every once in a while that they might know the driver, but they don't know the driver's wife or what type of dog they have.
Right.
Where I'm crazy like that, or we post stuff to each other every single morning. Oh, did you hear Brad said this, that, and the
Yeah.
other? Where you know other people would be like, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Just why do you call them by their first name? Like I don't know. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
It's
I don't really,
crazy.
yeah, I don't really keep up with NASCAR all that much. I do know like majority of the drivers though. The one I know the most about probably is probably Harvick because I karted with his son. So,
okay.
but I mean, I know a good amount of drivers in the NASCAR field.
See, we got to get you down here to on the dirt tracks
Oh
and get
yeah.
out there with Keelan and Brexton, and
Hmm?
go have
I
some
haven't.
fun.
I wish I like did. I wish I karted or whatever he did with Brexton. He seems like a really fast kid. Not that Keelan isn't. Keelan is a tremendous karter when I karted with him. But we did some karting together. It was so cool. He would like pull up to the track in like this like fancy RV with like his pit crew. I'm like, that's the famous guy's son. This is like when we were little. I'm like, I know his dad.
And being a kid, I don't understand how you could wrap your head around that. It's just
Yeah.
it's one of those things where you're either in footsteps or right behind. You know,
Right. Right. Yeah,
And now he's racing in his dad's one of the Cars Tour
Hmm.
in a late models, pro late model, and he just raced in a $30,000 to win race this last weekend at Hickory,
Mhm.
which is crazy. How fast he's advanced from the karts to like full body asphalt cars. It's crazy, and he's been 2 times he's beat his dad in races.
I would be like, see, look at me go.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, his dad is basically, is like, hey, he's kicking my ass. I mean, yeah, he's putting in the work, and it's not like I'm laying over. He's just beating me,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
which is cool. I mean, it's good to see that legacy and that the sport being passed on from generation to generation to keep it going. Like Kyle Larson with his son, I think it's Owen.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch with Brexton,
All right.
Ryan Newman's
Look
daughter.
at look at Ava. I mean, she's a
Yeah,
teenager,
yeah,
driving, you pretty much a missile on wheels,
yeah.
around
A mini version of an Indy car,
right. I mean,
or F1 car.
you know, they can go around left, but look at her. She got, because
Left
what was
and
your
right.
right? You're going left and right at what 80, 90 miles an hour?
About like 130.
Seriously, ish.
Yep, ish. Give or
Yeah.
take. Like
That is
150 maybe.
that's nuts. Um,
Yeah.
I've personally never been that fast on just about anything besides a motorcycle once. Now, say you're doing 150, um, so do you get the narrow sight at about 150, or are you kind of over that and can kind of see your periph at 150?
So a big thing that that not only me but all the other drivers kind of have to develop is, multitasking in the car. So you have to focus on, setting up for the next corner, shifting whilst focusing on somebody passing you. It's like the peripheral vision is insane in these cars, like especially for all the drivers because we developed such a good peripheral vision.
Yeah.
But, the multitasking is so huge in these cars, just so many things to think about at once, like hitting your lines, shifting, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, it's the peripherals are there for sure.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yep. I didn't know if at 150, 160, if you kind of got that tunnel vision where you yourself were focused on one thing, but if you're multitasking and that's the way you develop, that's absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I took a little slide into the grass in qualifying. I lost my focus because there was another car off, and I focused on the car in the grass, and I dug a tire into the dirt on the inside of the curb, and I just kind of lost the car and slowly locked up and went into the grass. I don't know, you guys might have saw my reel on that, but it was, yeah, it balded my tires real bad, so we had to get a replacement with my practice tires for race one. So I'd use my really old set of practice tires for the first race, and that was not very helpful on my end.
Well, still a top, would you say eighth, for your
6 for
first
the
one
first race.
Yeah,
on
and
worn out tires? I mean,
yeah, worn out tires with heat cycles on them and everything. That's pretty impressive.
It was, yeah, it was a little intimidating when I was starting fourth and I saw everybody in front of me was on brand new tires. I was like, oh, okay, I gotta work real hard now. But yeah.
all right, Rob, you got anything else? Ava, I know it's at least it's getting late out on the East Coast. Um,
Yeah.
I got a message from Rob saying, "Yeah, we're starting at 7," and I'm like, I'm an hour, almost an hour late. I've I keep forgetting about Central Time.
Yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock. It's about 7:50 here right now. So, I mean,
Okay.
it's not, I won't go to bed for like another like 5 or 6 hours, but that's just because I'm a teenager.
That's because you're a teenager.
Yep, exactly.
I would be in bed right now.
Yep. I gotta get up early tomorrow for work, so can't go to bed too late tonight.
Well, at least you can get a cup of coffee to go.
Right, right.
You got
So
anything else, Rob?
No, I was just gonna say I apologize. My internet keeps crapping out on me, and then so I apologize, but I don't have anything else. I was just gonna wrap it up too and ask Dave if he had anything else. I know you got a busy schedule and everything. Glad you were able to come back on the podcast, give us an update,
Yeah, of course.
and we'll keep in contact. And your next race, we'll have you on again to make sure you can give us an update and everything like that. Good luck. Keep working
Thank
hard,
you. Thank
and
you.
we're glad to be partnered with you.
Yeah, of course. Me too. I love it so much.
So, on that note, we'll take care, Ava.
Thank
Tell
you.
your parents we say hi.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you guys for having me. Have a great night.
You
Yep,
too.
you as well. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep. She's a talented young lady. She's got a bright future, I think, ahead of her. Very good. Got her head on her shoulders and everything, and she's got the right mentality and attitude, I think, to do well in the sport.
Yeah, and her her content online. I know she shared a lot of it last time. She does share a lot of stuff and inside content on her racing and where she's been, what she's doing. She's a good follow on Facebook and Twitter. If you're looking
Yeah,
for
I
somebody
agree.
that posts all the time and just up and coming things, that's pretty cool. And
Yeah,
then
she definitely the information and contact they put out is pretty good. I like the video that she was talking about where she spun. It was I don't know if you saw it or not, but it was like yep, that's me, as she's spinning around. This is how it happened.
right,
It
you
was
know,
pretty funny. I mean,
and
that's the type of stuff that keeps viewers engaged and interested and that type of stuff. And yeah, so
yeah, and then another one of our drivers, Kylie, she released this week, or if not this week, late last week. She's going to be on a reality TV show,
yeah, it's
for
called Saturday
SoCal
Night
Racing. Or,
Lights.
yeah,
I think yeah.
yeah, her and a couple other ladies on there. So I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, so there's a Facebook social media page. I think it's called Saturday Night Lights.
Yeah, yeah,
And
she released the car. I think it was either yesterday or today.
yeah,
It was
I
kind of
can't
cool.
remember if it was it's purplish in color. I know that,
Yeah,
but I can't remember if it's
it's
if they're
67.
yeah, it's 67, but I can't remember if it's a late model or a sportsman or whatever. But
Yeah,
type of car, it's kind of hard to tell because I don't know. It's a asphalt race car, and
right.
I see on the site that there's like some uh, guys like around her age along with some girls. So I think they have like they're going like head to head against each other, and yeah. One of the sponsors it shows on the side of the car is NASCAR 25. So I'm guessing based on that this NASCAR somehow is involved in
Right.
this
Either
project. I could be wrong, but
right, either
um,
that or they're throwing out the NASCAR 25 game that's coming out hopefully
yeah,
relatively soon.
I saw that, and then the yeah, it should be interesting to see. Looking forward to the reality TV show from it. What did Kylie say? And she's going to be there like, at least a month or 6 weeks or something down
Yeah,
at Kern
she said
County.
she said it was going to be a long fall, and she
Yeah,
appreciated the Pitts and her family, and of course track team, and sponsors and all that for letting her be able to do this instead of going after another track championship.
right. Yeah, and this is great exposure for her. I mean, the producer apparently is a Grammy-winning producer that has done, I think, if I remember right, 3.5 Men. He was the producer of that show.
How can you not remember? He's the producer of this show.
Who's that?
I don't know. We don't have a producer. That's why we're able to do whatever we want.
Yeah,
But
I was just
I
gonna
was I
say,
was just playing with you.
oh, because there you tested my memory, and I was like, huh? We have a
What?
producer?
There's a director and a producer. What?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Take 3. Click.
Right. Oh,
Action.
I can only imagine how long we'd be here.
Oh yeah, there'd be a blooper reel longer than the actual podcast.
Right.
So, but yeah, and then the other thing, a friend of the podcast, he was on, I think, episode 2 or 3 of our podcast. ARCA driver. Now I'm drawing a blank on his name. I can't. Oh man, he drives the 03 car. He had an accident over the weekend on the way back from Alex Club. Had
Yeah.
an accident over the weekend on the way back on I-80 from Iowa Speedway, and as a result, his hauler, which is his dually truck, and his trailer, basically his trailer rolled on its side, destroyed his 03 car and its contents. There was a GoFundMe that was started. I saw Bobby shared it in our group chat that Corey LaJoy, Ty Gibbs, I think it was Jordan Anderson from Jordan Anderson Racing, Sam Hunt Racing, or I could be wrong on those two, but I know Ty Gibbs for sure and Corey LaJoy donated $1,001 or $1,000 or whatever. So, I mean, the racing community is pretty tight knit and pretty amazing. And I know I saw a post, I think it was early this morning by Alex. They got the car actually running. They got the oil out of the cylinders in the engine. They got the engine running, but they have so much work that they don't know if they're going to be able to make it to Watkins Glen with both cars or not. So,
Well,
so I wish them luck.
At least they walked away with their health and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
cars and tools and stuff like that can be, replaced, but an accident like that, if because I just saw, I think it was the rear version where the trailer is jackknifed into the ditch. I mean, there could have been some pretty good injury to that.
Yeah, and Alex said that one of his crew guys was driving, and his crew guy's girlfriend was in the truck, and he was sleeping. Alex was when it happened. So Alex said that his driver, the crew guy, got tired and fell asleep, and that's how the accident happened, unfortunately. So
you're like ex law enforcement, you see it all the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Sleeping driving is just as bad as impaired driving.
Well,
it's not worse.
I've done it myself before after working extremely long shifts and all of a sudden, that it happens just that easy, and it's unfortunate, but and he said that they usually have something in place where they call each other every 15 minutes, or they have a buddy system where they have somebody riding along that's always making sure the other person's awake and stuff. And it just unfortunate accident that happened. And, like you said, fortunately, nobody was seriously hurt or, even worse, killed. But thank God for that. Like you said, equipment can be repaired and replaced. Humans, unfortunately, can't. So, but on that note, I don't know if you have anything else you want to talk about, Dave.
The only thing that I don't think we talked about last week was the Racing Warehouse has got a new Jeremy Clements shirt
Oh yes,
that came out over the last week, and I believe they're shipping them out. People are already getting them. But oh, look at this!
So I ordered the one of the racing rugs. I got it today, and this was inside of it. Unfortunately, somehow I got the wrong size sent to me, which Emily at the Racing Warehouse took care of right away. So this shirt actually is a extra large, I believe. If I remember right, extra large. Yeah, so it's not fat man size, so it's not going to fit me. So I told Emily, she told me to keep the shirt. So I told her what I'll do is for our 100th episode, I'll use this as a giveaway during our event. So, and say it was donated by them.
Right. So just put that on the pile of stuff you need to come see us
Yeah.
for.
Yeah. So that will be one of the things that we'll be giving away. Maybe have Jeremy Clements autograph it or something or whatever, but that will be one of the giveaways that we're going to be doing during our 100th episode event. So while we're down in Charlotte, and well, basically a month, almost a little over a month.
I think it was like 50 something days, which when you say it's a month and like 2 weeks, it seems really close.
Yeah, it's
now
gonna
that
be,
we're already in August,
yeah.
years absolutely flown by.
Yes, it has. So, but yeah, so I know I saw Emily's post, I think it was Emily's today on the Racing Warehouse, that those t-shirts are selling fast, and some of the sizes have almost sold out or have sold out. So if you plan on getting them, they're $25 shipped, which is a great deal. So make sure you go on to the Racing Warehouse website or their Facebook page on the post and click on the link and order your shirt. They're really nice shirts. They're high quality shirts. The printing is really good and everything. So, yeah, I'm just bummed it got the wrong size, but that's okay. It worked out good anyways, because now we have another thing to give away to a supporter or fan of ours. So, but other than that, anything else, Dave?
No, man, I think we're good to go for tonight, my friend.
All right. So then I'll just start the rundown of everything here. So, if you would check out stickygears.com and purchase one of our Area 51 Racing Podcast t-shirts for just $15. Portion of that money goes directly to Jeremy Clements and Jeremy Clements Racing to keep Jeremy on the track. Also, please check out Anna Moore Designs LLC for more Area 51 podcast merchandise, such as tumblers and garden flags, stickers, t-shirts, you name it, hoodies. Anna can do it. Portion of the proceeds from these sales of the stickers help keep the podcast on the air. Our Area 51 podcast stickers are selling fast. They are $8 each for the bigger stickers, and the 3-inch stickers are $4 each. Contact Bobby if you're interested in purchasing one. I'm pretty sure we'll have some with us when we're in Charlotte too. At the live event, I got a stack of them here and in my desk drawer still. So I don't have any of the big ones, but I have the little 3-inch ones here. So Golly Beard Products is a partner of the Area 51 Racing Podcast. Their products are the official beard products of Area 51 Racing Podcast crew. Go to www.gollybrand.com to place an order at checkout. At checkout, enter the discount code Area 51 and get 15% off your order and free shipping. Remember, guys, make them say it. Golly. Check out the Racing Warehouse website for Jeremy Clements hats, t-shirts like Dave and I just talked about, and then also other apparel from their apparel company, Armadillo Apparel. Also check them out for any sheet metal, diecast, or other racing memorabilia needs and items that you may be looking for. Also keep an eye on their Facebook page. Every day they do online auctions of various items. They'll have pit road banners, pit box banners, crew shirts, diecast, some sheet metal sometimes, hats, old school collectibles from like Buddy Baker's, the actual legend NASCAR drivers personal collection, that type of stuff. So a lot of really cool stuff that they put up for auction on their site. So check them out. Check out Benzik Designs, the official diecast display products of the Area 51 Racing Podcast. Check out Matt Benzik, the owner of Benzik Designs Etsy page to order your 124, 118, and 164 scale diecast stands. At checkout, make sure you enter discount code Area 51 for 20% off your order. If you're interested in purchasing any Kylie Glick racing merchandise, please go to Kylie Glick Racing Facebook page and click on the link in her merchandise post to bring you to the merchandise site to order those items. Again, thank you for joining Dave and I tonight. Bobby was not able to join. His fiance Adrian's birthday is tomorrow, and they are celebrating her birthday a day early at a concert. So I hope they're having fun. We hope you enjoyed the podcast. Remember, you can always watch our podcast live on our YouTube channel or listen to it at any time on Spotify. Just click on the Area 51 Racing Podcast logo on the Spotify app to listen. If you like our podcast, please share it with your friends and family. Please also like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our social media platforms on Facebook, X, Instagram at Area 51 Racing Podcast. On that note, we would like to thank all our viewers, listeners for the support and tuning in and listening to the podcast. Without all you, this would not be possible. Dave and I and Bobby would not be able to do this. And we'd also like to thank our partners who make the podcast possible. Without them, definitely none of this would be possible. I'd like to thank our partners, Spartan Waste, Fox Sports Spartanburg, Harrison's, Action RV, Kylie Glick Racing, Mattman Designs, The Runner's Roost, Alliance Driveway Solutions, More Designs, Circle B Diecast, Driven Sunglasses and Driven Trackside, Elite Towing and Recovery, High Speed Auto, The Racing Warehouse and Armadillo Apparel, Belcher Cheesecake Creations, Flying Form Concrete Structures, First Pacific Funding, Gale Beard Products, Wings Etc., Dialed In Focus Pouches by Whitetail Smokeless, Benzik Designs, Schanzenbach Landscaping, Enigma Tattoo Studio, HJS Henderson Jet Service, Overwear Apparel Group LLC, SBJR Designs, Ava Hansen Racing, Halsey System Inc., and then Jeremy Clements and Jeremy Clements Racing. Without any of our partners and also our viewers, listeners, again, none of this would be possible. Dave, Bobby, and I, from the bottom of our hearts, greatly appreciate all the support and everybody that listens and subscribes and every week. And on that note, I'd like to end episode 92 of the Area 51 Racing Podcast. 8 more episodes, and we'll be in Charlotte live, we'll be in South Carolina, I should say, live, doing the episode 100. Just crazy how fast time flies, like we were just talking about, Dave. So anything else to say before we go?
No, man, I appreciate everybody listening and watching. Dad, I hope you were able to find it this week. Yeah, so shout out to you and happy retirement.
Awesome. Congratulations. Happy retirement, sir. Thank you for tuning in and listening and being a supporter. And then on that note, everybody have a great night. Make sure you get out and support your local short tracks and your local race car drivers. They're the future of the sport. And someday the driver you're watching at your local track may be a superstar in NASCAR. So on that note, we thank everybody for joining in. This will conclude episode 92 of the Area 51 Racing Podcast. Everybody have a great week. Take care, and we'll see you all later. Thank you.